can tell you one thing that I learned in my own transition that I did not do the right thing with, and I would hope others listen to this and maybe it'll resonate with them. If you need surgery, get it. Don't wait until you're retired because it's just harder. I'd been a runner all my life, got into ultra marathons later on and admittedly, I probably I abused myself, especially into my 40s and into probably into my 50s. And my I started breaking down and I had this foot problem. It turned out it was a fracture that I didn't know that I had. It had been going on for a couple of months, and then my bones started dying and everything, and down in my ankle. So I went through some treatment while I was in the military, but I sucked it up enough to be able to run again after about 6 months, and then shortly, like 3 months before I retired, the pain started coming back, and I went to see the orthopedist, and he looked at it all, and he said, "Okay, you're going to get surgery someday." He said, "I don't know when, but someday you're going to need surgery. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to walk, effectively." And I said, "Well, when will I know?" And he said, "Well, when you have trouble sleeping at night or whatever, you're gonna need the surgery." And so I said, "Well, I've always wanted to backpack the Pacific Crest Trail. Am I still going to be able to do that?" And he said, "Yeah, after you get your surgery, but not before." So I thought about it and I decided, I still had a couple of months on active duty. I could have probably, because of my rank, I was there at the home of Army medicine, Fort Sam Houston, the senior dude on post. I could have probably scheduled it and got it. I just said, "No, I'll wait till after I'm retired." Well, 8 months later, I'm back with the same surgeon, now as a civilian, and it's just everything is harder. Now I live 200 miles from the nearest military base. Getting the staples out was hard. Getting it, I essentially didn't do physical therapy until I talked to an old physical therapist friend who gave me some exercises, some things like that. It was just hard. Everything was a lot harder. So my point is, if you need surgery and you're on active duty, get it while you can, even if it's before you retire, even if it extends your retirement date. Get the surgery. It's just harder when you're retired.